Hello guys, how are we doing today? Today I am going to be doing one of the biggest application reviews that I have done so far to date. It is going to contain one of the most highly acclaimed applications to actually hit the App Store so far, and it is without a doubt my favorite application that I have seen and played so far in the App Store. I do not regret buying it one bit. It is going to be The Sims 3. It is a heavy price at $10. We're going to save that one towards the end of the review, but we're going to start this one off with a 99-cent download called Crime Spree. It's an application that I still think you guys should be aware of. I know this is kind of going to get smothered by these other two big applications in this review, but Crime Spree is definitely still a very fun, very addicting application. It has simple controls. It's by Skyworks, and what you do here is I would consider it to be related to Pac-Man. You are this getaway car trying to get away in a city, collecting money bags while avoiding coppers. There's three different methods for control. There is swipe, which I like to use, tilt, which uses the accelerometer, and then tap. Go back to the main menu and we will do arcade mode. So we are this little red getaway car going here throughout the city streets, and what you do is you just swipe down. There's a bag of money. Collect it. Up here in the right top corner it actually shows your map. That will show where the remaining bags of money are, and then it'll also show you where the cops are. You are the exact same speed as the cops. That kind of does get annoying. I think it'd be smarter if the cops were actually faster than you. You can go through, and there you go. So the map will switch, and now I can outrun this cops right here. Go through the city, and this is pretty much the entire application. I'm glad that Skyworks decided to rate this one at 99 cents instead of a higher download asking price. Skyworks is definitely known for their sports applications, and this is kind of an outreach. They usually don't do applications like this. Usually it has really simple controls in a smaller area, and usually you're shooting for one basket, one goal, something like that. And this one they tried to go for a more broader horizon with a huge city, and you're trying to avoid in a mass map. But they did a pretty nice job with it, and asking for 99 cents, it's not a very high asking price, and I would definitely recommend you go check it out. That's going to be called Crime Spree, a 99-cent download from the App Store. Alrighty guys, and my next app that I'm going to have for you guys in this review is going to be Tiger Woods PGA Tour. It is a higher priced application. It's going to be $9.99. If you are not a fan of golf, I probably am not going to recommend for you to go check this out because it's such a high priced application. If you are though a fan of golf, especially the Tiger Woods series, definitely recommend to go check this out because it is extremely true to the series that you've seen on the console systems. The controls that they've integrated into the touchscreen are fantastic. They're very smooth. They work perfectly with the touchscreen and the small device for gaming. So from this main menu, what we have is Play Now, PGA Tour, Get More Games, and Options. When you actually start up a profile, you get to name your golfer, change the skin color of them, the gender, and then you also get to choose the coordination for the colors of the clothing. You don't get to change the person's actual physical characteristics like their face or anything like that, or their height or their weight, which is kind of a downer because I've actually found that the golfer that they have you set as default is extremely ugly, and you don't get to pick from any different types of face patterns. There's one that you get to be, and he's not attractive whatsoever. He looks like crap. So from this main menu, we're going to go into show you PGA Tour. This is very similar to the actual tours that you see in real life. It's 4 rounds of 18 holes in the same course, so here we are. I've already completed these first 3 rounds, and there's my 4th one that I still get to be able to complete. But we're going to go into Play Now, and I'll show you what you can actually tweak. You can do 1 to 4 players. There's multiple different types of gameplay: stroke, match, skins, Stableford, mod Stableford, I don't know what that is, shootout, and then stroke play again, go back to stroke play. You can do a bunch of different courses. There's like 6 or 7 different courses, all full of 18 holes. Fantastic design on each of them in great detail. Pebble Beach, St. Andrews, TPC Sawgrass, Decay Club, Doral, Fancourt, TPC Boston. You can do all 18 holes, front 9, back 9, random 3, random 5, or you can customize for which ones you actually want to play. Then you can go over here, tee select, pin select, green speed, fairway speed, and rough length. If you don't play golf at all, you probably are completely confused on what I just said. But anyway, let's actually get into some gameplay. So it takes a few seconds to actually load between holes, but this is probably going to be your main loading screen. It's about 10-15 seconds, and after this, once you actually get into the game and you're actually playing through a round, the load times between each hole are very short and hardly noticeable whatsoever. So before each hole, you get a commentation from the commentators. There's 2 of them, and it tells you pretty much about the hole. Just zooms in around it, showing you the entire aspect of it. Here's our main HUD, the hole, what par it is, money in the profile you're using. Up at the very top is the actual wind speed and what direction it's going to be in. Down at the bottom you have your club that you're on right now. You can go through them pretty much like cover flow through your music on your iPod or iPhone. We will use a driver. Then you can go into shot preview, which is very nice, very fluid, no frame rate really problems right there. And when it's got that much detail and it's zooming in on such a small device, it does a really fantastic job on that part too. So let's go into swing mode and I'll explain this. Here's our swing speedometer chart kind of thing. This is how you do it. You pull back on this ball, and then you fling forward. That'll be just a normal shot. If I wanted to put draw, or if I want to put fade on this ball, draw would be pull it over to the side and then release it back up the side. Fade would be pull it over here and then pull it back up. And over on the right side it shows you the yardage, so you can actually determine on how fast and how far you're going to be pulling back. If you hold it back and you hold it back here for a while, the entire meter will turn red, which will indicate you've added a power boost. Power boost, fling forward, and it was a nice shot, so I get a replay. Now by tapping on the screen, you can actually add spin to your shot. So there we go, 327-yard drive. Alrighty, now going to zoom in again. 77% out, heavy winds. We'll do 63. Got to be really short. So there we go, very short. The only problem, I've had a couple problems with this application, not too many though. Here's putting system. The putting mechanics are also really pretty nice. Here you go for putting. It can be a little bit too touchy sometimes though. And when you actually do zoom in, it's inverted control. So if I pull left, it goes right. If I pull right, it goes left. But now if I'm backed up and I want to do it, if I pull right, it goes right. If I go left, it goes left. So that's very annoying. I wish they would either have it be inverted or they would just have it be a normal no inversion. So that's kind of annoying that they actually had to switch it up like that. So here's our caddy tip over here. It says 3 inches short and 4 feet 5 inches left. This would be a pretty tough one. Here you go. When you're putting, you get to use a putter vision to actually check your putt. Alright, so that's where it's going to end up. So I need to go a little bit to the right. Now let's try this putt.
That's a misread and a mishit all in one.
Yeah, and the announcers for this game, one more thing to add, the announcers are pretty crappy. They're the announcers that you actually have in the console game, so that's fine. But they're terrible with announcing. The things that they say, they're fine. But when they say them are awful. I mean, I could have a 350-yard drive right down the middle of the fairway, and they will insult you. I could have a 200-yard drive, and it'll be in the rough, terrible shot, and they'll compliment you saying this is a great lie. They don't know when to say the correct thing. They do a terrible job on it, and it gets extremely annoying because it seems like it's just repeating over on pretty much just a loop, and it doesn't know what it's actually saying to you. So that's kind of a huge letdown because the announcers become more of a hassle than anything because they don't know what they're saying half the time. So there's another drive. 385-yard drive. Never had one that far. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much going to be the entire game. That's all I'm going to show you for this. I'm not going to be doing an in-depth review of this. I do recommend it if you're a golfer, especially if you're a fan of the Tiger Woods series. They did a fantastic job. As you guys see, the graphics are stunning. There's no frame rate really problems in here. A lot happening on such a small device. You get a lot of courses. Some pretty iffy customization controls, not too many there, but for such fluid controls integrated into a touchscreen, I would definitely recommend it because this is by far the best golf application out there in the App Store. That is going to be called Tiger Woods PGA Tour, a $9.99 application download from the App Store. And my last one, the one that everyone is waiting for, the biggest application probably that I've ever reviewed, $9.99, The Sims 3. It is finally here, guys. This is not going to be a heavy review. I will be doing an in-depth review of The Sims 3. That'll probably be 10 to 15 minutes itself, and I will be doing a separate video for that. This is just going to be a few minutes showing you what you pretty much do in The Sims 3. So from this main menu, you have a couple of different options. You have Help and About, Options you can actually go into, which just pretty much is just sound and tutorials. Go into More Games, which just shows you all the different EA Sports games. Goals Checklist, which depending on your profile that you've actually created, you will have different goals you need to check off. Let's go into Start Game. There's 3 different profiles you can start. This is my profile over here for Bill. And I'm just going to show you a little bit about this. After this, I'll actually show you when you can start a new profile and how you can edit your characters. You can only have one character, though. You cannot start a family from the beginning. You can't have 2 different profiles meet in the same game and try and get together. It's one person by themselves starting up from the beginning. And this is the house that you get set in. If you guys hear that, it's very Sim-esque music. They always have this kind of music in their games. Very soothing, kind of like elevator music. Okay, so we got a pretty busy and clustered HUD here, but they did a super job trying to get it all organized, and they did a really nice job doing it. The controls for this game are the best controls I have ever seen in an iPod Touch or iPhone game. It is an amazing job that they did on this. They clearly put an insane amount of time into building this application. It's $9.99. I do not regret one bit spending this amount of money on it. It is a great application, definitely the best one that I've seen so far. So for our HUD down here, we have buy mode, which will be able to move or sell furniture or buy new furniture. You have a pretty nice selection of furniture that you can actually buy. Let's just go into kitchen, and we'll scroll through everything. A lot of it's locked so far. But as you see, you can actually upgrade your house to be pretty nice because there's a lot of different things you'll be able to unlock as you progress through the story mode. Get back here, 3 little dots. This is like your menu that we saw at the beginning of the game. Down at the bottom, HUD, I'm going to have to explain this to you. This is your simoleons, I believe what it's called, which is going to be your money pretty much. If you click this, this will show you your statistics on how your sim is doing. Their hunger level, energy, bladder, hygiene, social, and fun. Down at the very bottom is just an overview of all of it. In my mood right now, I am very happy. So exit out of that. You need to make sure that you keep all of those extremely high. If you get them high, then your sim will be performing better his job, earning him promotions, getting him more money so you can build up your house, make it a better house, modernize it. Down at the right bottom corner you have your actual wishes and whatnot, and you can set them by locking in a wish to make it a goal. Now, we can walk around very simply, tap on anywhere on the screen if you've never played The Sims. So we're going to walk through just the basics right here. So let's say that I want to go to the fridge. I can zoom in, go to the fridge, tap on it. It'll give you a list of options that you can do to that item. Let's go to quick snack. So my sim will walk in, open up the fridge, and he'll start making his own little quick snack. Now if you want more options, let's click on the TV. You can do watch TV, turn off the TV, walk to. So let's turn on the TV. So there we go, and now you can actually watch TV, turn it off, switch to comedy, or walk to. Let's switch to comedy. And as you guys see, there's actually pictures going on the device, on the TV itself. So it's not just crap, it's not just him watching a box. They did a really nice job making this as authentic to the Sims series as possible. For trying to water this down to be on such a small device as the iPod Touch and iPhone, they really did not leave out any content. All that they're really leaving out is a little bit of detail in the character structures, obviously. It looks more like it's the Sims 2, only because it's a small device, but you are not held back on any of your capabilities. Go here, and a nice feature about this is you can go to the town. So we're going to go to town, and I'll show you what else you can do, because this is not your entire environment. Here, you did not pay $10 to stay in your little house. You paid $10 for an entire neighborhood, city world that you can actually live in and interact with other characters and other Sims. So here we go. Let's zoom out all the way. So every single building that you see right here is interactable with. The little houses, the one that don't have the little yellow bubble above them, those are neighborhoods, these are neighbors of yours that you can actually tap on. Go over to their house, and it is a completely new setting. It is a new house completely. It doesn't look like your house. It is a new house completely with new items, new structure, new everything. You can go to the center plaza where the center lake is, and you can actually fish for different types of fish, being able to cook them, earn them, just pretty much upgrade your Sim stats. Go over here. You can go to the hobby shop, and when you actually go to the hobby shop, you can buy things like soil or plant seeds. You can actually start a fruit and vegetable garden in your house. There's a pawn shop, which is actually locked at the beginning, and then there's places where you can actually choose that you want to get a job at. Let's say that there's a couple of different places. I'll show you them. You can go to Quick Mart. You can go to the laboratory, which is where I've actually been employed at. You can go to the Corsican Bistro. I don't know how to say that. That's completely wrong. The Bistro. And then there's also the town hall that you can actually get a job at. Any of those 4 places. As you guys see, it's getting a little bit darker because it's actually turning into nighttime. I apologize about that. I didn't mean to actually start this review when my sim was going into night mode. But anyway, let's get my sim. He's over here right now, just pretty much chilling. Let's go over to a friend's house. So let's go over. We'll go to, who's this? Let's go meet Nina, and we'll show you how you can actually interact with the characters. So, this is our sim walking over. That's kind of a thing that I'm not really a big fan about, because your sim's walking over, it takes a very long time for your sim to walk through different parts of the town, and that's not even the complete thing, because, oh, I can't go in right now, because when you actually do arrive at some place, like, let's say if I wanted to go to the lake to go fishing, or if I wanted to go to Nina's house, which is where I'm going right now, you you still have to wait through a load screen, which we'll see right here. And every single time that you enter or leave a new environment, you have to go through a load screen. This is very similar to The Sims on the PC and Mac, so no problem and no harm done there, but it would have been a lot nicer if you didn't have to watch your sim walk around the entire city like that. So here's Nina. We can greet her. We'll greet her warmly. Nina's now an acquaintance of mine, so we can click again. We can talk about chat, we can just talk about fishing. Or I can be funny, I can tell a joke, make silly face, goof around. Be romantic, flirt, pick up line, tender embrace. Or I can be nice and I can compliment personality, compliment the house, or express fondness. And those are just the first things that I can do. When you become a friend, when you become a best friend, when you start to date, when you even get married or something like that, there are tons of different actions that you can actually do part with a character. Example, my character right now, the guy that I created, he's a sleaze. So one of my goals is that I have to hook up with 8 different girls or guys, 8 different Sims in one day. That's one of my goals. So now that we're on that topic and you've seen a little bit of the basics of the entire Sims city and the Sims neighborhood, let's go back into the main menu. And in the main menu, we will show you how to create a character and start a new profile and make a new Sim.
Hey guys, do you want a full list of every app that I've ever reviewed starting from app review number 1? Go to my YouTube homepage and click the link under full list of applications. It'll give you a Word document including the title of an application, the pricing, and the rating. Hopefully this helps. I'll talk to you guys later.